Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, and we're here on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny and on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. So I hope you'll grab your coffee or your tea or maybe even an ice water and join me today. I'm going to make some fabric flips to put in my journal and probably even like a belly band for it as well. And I grabbed a cup of coffee, set it back here for right now, and I might grab a sip here and there. But I went through a few fabrics, for sure some of my Kathy Holden fabrics. I thought these would be really cute to add to the front or, use within the fabric flip. That's cute. That needs ironed. I meant to iron these, but hopefully I can. If I use that one, I'll iron it too. Anyways, I just picked out some out of my scrap bin. Just some pretty little, I don't know, different scraps that I thought might go with the Edith Holden and the wildflowers. So some of them are a little bit crazy, but that's okay because I think they'll go. And typically I don't put multiple fabric flips in a journal. I might put 2 in a journal, but in this one, since it's mine and I'm going to use it for ideas and such, I may put more, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to pull you back just a little bit. Just give us a little bit more tabletop here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to lay out grab some scissors here. I want to lay some out, and I think I want them to be comfortably on a page. Most of the pages are going to be this 8.5 by 11, so 5.5, but I don't want it to go all the way to the spine, and I don't want it to go all the way to the edge. So let's say 4 inches at the most that we'll go with. So that's what I'm gonna try to measure, and I thought this would be a pretty one for the back. It's kind of a heavy piece, and it's just over 4 inches, so that's neat. It was used for something. It's been taken out, and it feels like it has some type of a starch finish. I'm just going to take a few of these little rough edges off. Many of these I got, just at thrift stores in a bag or flea markets or what. I'm just can't pass up, as you know. I cannot pass up fabric. So I'm just going to place some things here and just see some light, dark, intermingle. Honestly, I just don't even know what my plan is. I do like to make my fabric flips, unless it's a particular journal, like when I did the strawberry journal. I like to make my fabric flips eclectic. Just gonna shore that up a little bit. We'll use this for something else, maybe a tab or something. And I think I'll use this about right here. So I do like typically to tear the fabric because I like the edge, for a junk journal, like the edge to kind of be frayed a little bit. So I think that'll add a nice little punch. And then what I like to do, with fabric flips is to just have, it's just a nice little secret writing spot underneath, whether you write literally a secret or you just put a special thought or a poem or something that, you just really like. I think that looks nice. Also brought out my little pin cushion. You may remember my mom made me that years and years and years ago, and I use it a lot. I even take it when I travel. So I did put a few embroidery threads here, because afterwards I might, I don't know, embroider a little something on here, like a kind of like a slow stitch maybe. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to put a few fabrics together, and then I'll get in my stash of little scrap laces and such and add something to it. But I think for now, I know that's a little bit busy, but I think it's fun. And I think this size is fine. I do want to keep some for a belly band, because I really want to do a belly band today too. Hopefully we'll have time for that. But yeah, I like an eclectic look. This is another one that's been taken out. Looks like, I don't know, maybe they were piecing squares or something. They're not exactly square, which doesn't bother me one bit. I think I'm going to cut that right here, because that's red and that's has black and green. I can use that for something else. We'll see what's going to happen with that one. Yeah, so it's fun to just kind of put some pretty fabrics together, and you know, it may seem odd, some of the colors and designs and stuff, but you know, once you get it all together and you're flipping through a book, it's just really great to see all these different fabrics and different you know, prints and things like that. Alrighty. No, that one might need one more thing. That's pretty close to that one. I don't know if I want to do that. We'll leave that here. I might use it on something else. Roll up the sleeves. Okay, let's see. Maybe this one still is busy. I need something that's a little bit calmer to bring it down a little bit, maybe. Or maybe we'll just do that with ribbon. Yeah, let's just do that with the not ribbon, lace and stuff. All right, what else? This is a fun one. Although I don't know that I want this to be the whole base. I think I'm just going to use a piece of it. I think I'll use this as the base. Okay. And I don't think I want it quite that long. Okay. We'll see. We're just playing around. Let's see what happens. This is pretty. This was again one that was, something was made with it, or was going to be made with it. It was taken out. I don't know, that might be too long. Okay. All right. I know they're wonky and wild, but they're going to be super cute. All right, I'm going to push all that aside. I'm not going to do the belly band just yet. Should I do the belly band just yet? No, let's do that if we have time. Okay. All right, so let's get into this here. And here we could take this apart. And we'll put it on one of these. I probably wouldn't put more, you know, make two with this little piece and put it in the same journal just because it does thicken it up a little bit. So let's see, I don't know. It's a possibility. We're auditioning. All right. This one I need to trim. I don't think that's quite right. Just looking. That's pretty. Is that right? Kind of like it in the middle. Okay. I like that. That one's okay. We'll see. What else? This one may be something white, or more white than off-white, because no. You know, because most of the fabric's white. I keep, which way's right? That's sweet. Maybe, but I don't want it ruffled. So I'm gonna trim this off. I think that is long enough. Put that back. Throw that little bit in the trash. It doesn't have to be too fussy, but you know, I kind of want things to kind of look nice anyways, so. Thinking about that. But I think it still needs something else. So what else could go? something white. A little thicker. It's too thick. I think that'll be fine. But again, I'm going to cut that down a little bit. I don't want the ruffle on there. I like it to lay flat. It just helps, you know, in the journal. If it were on the edge of a page, it'd be fine. But at the top or whatever, I kind of like it to, you know what I mean? Like if it's inside a journal, kind of like it to be, you know, more flat. Okay. Let's put that there. And then this one here. Okay. All right, whoopsie. And I keep these. I use these as well. I use those. Okay, I'm going to leave that there, but I feel like it's still missing something. So I'm going to pull this pile back over and see if there's anything. That might work this in here. And let's see what that see if that does something here. Helps it at least. Yeah, I think it does. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to slide that aside. This one. Maybe. Well, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pin this one because I think it's pretty close. Then I'm going to just sew. I'm going to just sew it across. Oh, come on. Come on, everybody. It's really been raining here. I went out to look at my flowers. Good news, the zinnias are absolutely doing wonderful. However, my wisteria has turned completely yellow. And the leaves have turned completely yellow. We have it on a vintage arbor we bought a couple years back when we bought this house. And you know, it was pretty full and had it's never done extremely well. You know, it has the purple wisteria cones and stuff, but it's never done exceptionally well. But it has done, you know, fairly well. But for some reason, all of the leaves are turning this really bright yellow. Okay, I think this is fine. Now, one thing that I am going to do, I cut, where are they? Here they are. I cut these strips out of book page, really thick book page. It's actually a garden book. And because we're using you know, all those vintage pages and they're very fragile, I wondered if maybe reinforcing this with a book page and then putting the book page on the book page might be a little bit better than to put this on the book page by itself. In my mind, I just feel like it's going to be a little bit better. Now I'm just barely going to put a couple of dabs because I'm going to be sewing this, you know, and I don't want the glue to interfere. So I'm going to do that so that when I glue it onto the page, I'll be gluing paper and I'll be gluing fabric. So I'll be gluing, you know, all of this right here, but I think this will help strengthen the adherence to the book page. All right, now let's look at this one. All right, let's get this. So that one's ready to go. Okay, once I sew it, I'll tidy up a few more of these scraggles. This is from some Happy Mail that I got. Aren't these beautiful? Looks like probably off of a wedding dress, maybe. This is from my friend Deborah, who does amazing, amazing work. She has a company that I cannot remember the name of it. Here's a small one. As a matter of fact, this week she's at a fair of some sort, market, with all of her goods. And I saw them on Facebook, and oh, wowza, beautiful. Okay, let's see what happens with this. Okay, I think that helps. And then I think what I'll do, you know, in a little while is after we sew, then I'll tidy it up. But I think that looks okay. I need to pull it down a little bit. All right, let's get this one pinned. Okay. This one might need a few pins. And I'm sewing them all with brown. It's what's in my machine, and I figure brown always goes with Edith Holden because, you know, she's very earthy. This one I am going to take off a little. Can I tear it? Man, brother. All right, that'll go back in scraps. That's a nice little scrap. Okay. All right. Okay, that one's done. Let's do the same on the back here. Alrighty. Let's see if this scrap will fit. Okay. Alrighty, 2 down. Well, pinned, 2 pinned. Okay. This one's cute. Very simple, yet cute. Ouch. right. Oopsie. Pulled my needle out. Alrighty. I'm happy to be back in the craft room. You know, I've been with my grandchildren this week while my daughter is recovering, and thankfully she's doing very well. I'll probably be back over there next week for a bit. Her husband's home, my son-in-law, my wonderful son-in-law. He is home today. Got rained out. And so now, this one, let's put a thing on the back. All right, and then I think I am going to go ahead and do the belly band before I get the sewing machine out, just because I want to sew it too. And that way it'll be a done deal. All right. Okay, so we've got 3 to sew there. Now, the belly band. Okay, I also brought a... I also brought a thing of little white scraps, or natural colored scraps. And I was thinking about using something that's too little, something that's very strong. Ooh, that is wonderful linen. Oof. This is probably going to be at the tarp. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a little drink real quick. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now this, I would like to be... I don't want it 4 inches because I want to see what's behind. So I think I'm going to go 3 inches. And let's see here. This edge looks like it's already been torn, so that's nice and straight. All right. And then I want it to go on a fairly strong page. I don't know about that one. These that are just copy paper, those are going to be great. Now this one is reinforced. I don't know. It's busy enough, I think, almost. Can't help it. It's awesome. Put it on a page that needs a little something, you know. It's tricky. About right here. All right, so we know that this is 8.5. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to go a little over 8. Okay. And put a little thing here. So I know that's where it's intended. Okay. Oopsie. Put that back. Got a little fuzz everywhere. Okay, now on this one, I'm just going to kind of turn it this way, and I'm going to kind of collage it a little bit, you know. I'm going to just put some strips down. So this is going to be a little bit fuzzy in the sense that it's going to have a lot of torn edges and such. Mm-hmm. I'm quiet today. I think probably being at my grandkids. You know, I haven't done a lot around the house to report. I did play checkers with my youngest grandson. My mom, for all the boys at Christmas, had made each of them handmade a checkerboard. She stitched one together and backed it, and then you know, they have little checkers. And anyway, so he and I played checkers yesterday, and he won. And that was pretty fun. He really challenged me. He's a thinker. He's very strategic. We're just overlapping these a little bit. Let's see, what else do we have here? We haven't used this one yet. I think I'm going to go across like that. So we did that. What else did we do? We went to the library. We have a little library here in this town that we live in, a little town. And anything we want from the big city library, the bigger city that we live near, we can order it and it delivers it here, you know, and then you can go pick it up. But it's so fun to go to the bigger library and just roam and goof and all of that. So we did that one day. And get this off here. We did that one day, and that was super fun. But since it's been raining, I've left all of my library books in the car because I didn't want to get them out. Get them rained on. But I'm excited to get those out and look at them. I love looking at library books. You know, I've mentioned I'm a picture girl, caption girl. I like to read statistics, stuff like that, but I'm really not a novel, you know, reading novels and stories like that. I don't know, for some reason it's my attention span possibly. We're going to use that one that we saved. One or two more. So far so good, I think. What else do we have here? I'm organizing these little scraps over here. This one might be good. I think it's fine. Okay. All right, so that's going to be our belly band, and I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and I'm going to hold it down and just tack a little bit here and there. It's just going to make pinning it a little bit easier for the sewing machine. Now, you could just use this and not worry about the pins, but I'm gonna use pins because I don't want it shifting. I don't want the risk of it shifting if I'm, you know, on the sewing machine. So okay. I'm just going to put a little bit right there just to kind of tame that a little bit. All right, that's going to be good. Okay, now I'm going to pin it. I'm trying to think of how I want to go about this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew in between each row to secure them down. It's fun to watch me pin, isn't it? Righty. We're getting there. Okay. And then as much as I would like to have all of these torn, I'm just not going to be able to, you know. I'm going to trim them a little bit and leave a little bit so that we can hopefully ruffle them a little bit to, you know, so they're not so straight on the edge. But if it won't work well, then we'll cut them down a little bit more. Okay. Some of them meet all the way to the edge, some don't. But I think I'm going to add couple of little pieces, maybe of lace here and there before I get to sewing. These belly bands are a lot of fun. So here's part of that little thing that we cut off. Oh, there's a pink. Too much, I think. How about rickrack? Yeah, rickrack might be nice. Maybe I'll just glue that on later, so I'll leave that one out. Anything else? Too dark, I think, for what we're doing. It's pretty. That's very pretty. Well, I thought maybe I'd like to have a little, I don't know what that is. Maybe a little something poking out somewhere. Ooh, that's pretty. That is so pretty. That would be so pretty in a slow stitch. It's gorgeous. Ooh, there's a little something right in there. Yeah, how about that? Okay, I'll leave that out too. Okay. Let's get to sewing or we're going to run out of time. Put these, get those out of the way. And I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with the other ones and put a little band here because that's what we'll glue. We'll glue to the book. Again, you don't have to do this. I just feel for some reason in my heart I thought that this would help that fragile paper if we glued any of them to the fragile paper. This one's not going to be glued to the fragile paper, but I think it'll still be good. Okay, so now let's clear a little spot here for the sewing machine. Coffee out the way. Bring this over here. Okay. Uh-oh, came undone. Might be because my bar stool was sitting on it. There we go. I am covered in fuzz from going through that fabric and lace and stuff. Okay, so I just have this cheap little Singer sewing machine. She's been so good to me. I go through paper, denim, you name it, I do it. I'm gonna put her on zigzag. That's what I'd like to sew these. And I do think I'm going to reverse, even though they'll be glued down. I'm going to just reverse a little bit at the front. Oh no, my foot's asleep. Okay, we'll see if I can get it to work. Yeah. And I know I'm naughty. I go over my needles sometimes. Okay. You can chain sew these, which is totally probably the best to do. Save you a little bit of time. But sometimes I like to look and see how it did. So, did good. Did good. Okay. Pop this up, that foot up, just to make sure that little doily's in there. Good. Well, if I don't have time on the video to trim these up, I'll trim them up. You know, get them all evened up and everything. So that one turned out good too. Looks cute. Didn't like something right there. It's a junk journal though, so I'm not concerned at all. Okay, now for this. I'm going to shorten my length and I'm going to shorten my width a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to not zigzag. I think I'm just going to straight stitch. Pushing that needle. pull it out a little ways, and then I'm going to start back over on this side. Make sure I don't have any pins in the way. Okay. Now, when I'm done with this part, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And then I'll do another video adding the little embellishments that I wanted to add. Let me cut that. I've got that tangled. You know, everything seems like, oh, it's just going to take 5 minutes for this, 5 minutes for that. And then when you get going, you realize, no, it doesn't. It takes 20 minutes for this, 20 minutes for that. Going slow on that one because it was wanting to shift for some reason. Come on. Come on. What's going on here? Didn't like something. Let me pause real quick and see what's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and saved you the torture of watching me sew and finished this little guy. And basically what I did was, yeah, it was a little goofy at some point. Not real sure what happened, but I ended up having to rethread the bobbin. And so the back is not that great, but I never worry about that because, again, it's a junk journal. And I think we talked about this before, and I don't know if you're like me, but when you hand do something, most people that hand do something love to see what went on with the crafter. So sometimes, like, you won't be able to see this in the journal, but if this were, let's say, a journal cover, and this was the inside of the journal cover, and we didn't use anything else to, you know, to go over it, like another piece of fabric or something, you can see, just, to me, it's almost like a story. And so I never mind if there's goof ups or anything like that, as long as it's structural. I don't mind that. I don't mind if it skips a step, if it skips a stitch, as long as the integrity of it is okay. It's not that I don't like, well, you all know, I've confessed, I'm trying to recover from being a perfectionist, and that's why junk journaling is so therapeutic for me. But if I'm sewing a gift or something to wear or something like that, I am not as lenient, I'll put it that way. Okay, so I have that sewn. We're out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and make another video of us adding some of the Kathy Holden fabrics to it and doing a little bit of stitching maybe too. So, so I'll do another quick video, and then we'll also add these little embellishments somewhere. Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and sewing these. It was a lot of fun, and it's always fun to go through your scraps. And you don't have to be matchy-match. There are times where you want to be matchy-match, but then there's times where you're just like, let's just see how crazy we can be. And they turn out, they turn out fine. So thank you so much for watching. And just remember, we pray blessings over each of you. And we just want you to always know you're truly loved. You're just so loved. All right, everybody. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.